Hello students, how are you all doing? Hope you are doing well. Students, today I would like to teach you how to write essays in your English grammar, English language paper. Students, as you all very well aware that essay writing is one of the very important questions in writing composition on the, on the base of icse board exams, because it carries 20 marks, and losing 20 marks is not a small deal. So you must get to know how to write a very good essays with which you can impress your examiner and you can achieve good marks in essay writing composition. So let's get started. Students, in icse board exams you will get 5 topics. Okay, there are what are the 5 topics? The descriptive, first the descriptive, and second is narrative, third is argumentative, and fourth is story writing, and fifth thematic or picture composition. Students, I have always advised my students that unless you are very good at arguments, you are very good at making arguments, you can argue well convincingly your examiners, means with your arguments you have to convince your examiner, you have to convince your readers, so that you can impress your readers or examiners and achieve full marks, achieve 18 or 19 out of 20. So unless, I have always advised my students, remember, unless you are good at, it's a difficult one, unless you are good at making arguments, okay, and you can argue well convincingly, don't go for it. Never try argumentative if you are not good at arguments. If you are good, so it's your choice. If you can make good arguments and convince your examiner or readers, so obviously you can choose it. Second, picture composition. Okay, picture composition or story writing, they are more or less for imaginative people who are good at making imagination, create imagination. So you can go for it. People who can imagine means in your imagination you have to your essay should be about the pictures, and it should be part of a picture, and it can relate an incident or what is given in the picture. You have to describe that in your essay writing. Now the third one, descriptive. Descriptive is where you are given to describe something such as a person, place, and it's an easy one. Okay, it's an easy task. So you can go for it if you don't have thought process or ideas for other type of essays. So you can go for it because it's an easy one. Next is narrative. Narrative is where you are to narrate an incident, and it can be an accident and some catastrophe, an amusing incident also, don't go for only negative one. You can also be, you can also be given a positive incident also. Okay, so see, 300 to 350 words is not a job. It's not an easy task. Okay, it's a big deal. You have to write your essay composition in around 350 words. And remember, you don't need to count the words because you don't have time there. Because you have to write your essay in around 35 minutes. You can take only 35 minutes. If you go beyond that time, so you are losing other questions. You will not get you will not get time for other questions to be completed. Okay, so you have to complete your essay, a good essay, in around 35 minutes, and you have to go through with a planning. Okay, so don't go for that. So while you are writing an essay, so don't get attracted by the title of the essay, by the topic of the essay, because if you select any topic without thinking, without planning, without pondering about it, so you can lose your marks, because you will not develop your ideas in an organized manner. So, for example, you have you have observed or you have experienced for journey by road, journey by train, journey by air, because nowadays air journey is also something cheaper. So few of you may have experienced some journey by air, so you can write about that, because you have to have originality in your imagination. Okay, but if you suppose you are given to describe a sea journey, and most of you mustn't have experienced sea journey, so then in that case you have to create your imagination, and so you have to ponder about it to get your ideas, and go for that essay which you can handle properly, which you can put up your imagination properly, your thoughts convincingly, right, students? So now as you can see that there are one thing is missing in this. Let me complete it. E and so students, I have 5 letters. You need to remember which makes power to your essay writing. Okay, which gives power to your essay writing, and your essay should be powerful. In powerful means it should have powerful words. It should have good vocabulary to convince the examiner. It should have powerful thoughts. Okay, so that you can convince and impress your examiner. So remember, you need to remember these words. So first, what is P? P stands for plan. Okay, so if you plan your essay properly, so you will get good rewards, means you will get good marks. So before going to writing your essay, you should plan properly. You should plan your points properly. You should plan your ideas, flow of ideas properly. If you attack the topic directly, immediately, I'm sure you are going to lose your marks, because you will not be able to convince your examiner. You have to impress your examiner with your writing skills. Only then you can achieve good marks in English language exam. Right, students? So first you must plan your thoughts. You must plan your ideas in an organized way, in an organized manner. Right, students? Let's come to the second one. O stands for organize. After planning, so first select your topic according to your convenience, according to your knowledge, and according to your knowledge and experience and observation, and then organize your essay in 3 categories. Right? What are these 3 categories? First is introduction of your essay. So normally in introduction, you either define it or add a quotation. And remember, don't go for adding number of quotations in your essay, because then your essay might be on the basis of quotation. Okay, you have to be very cohesive about your topic, about your title, about the issue you are writing. And your introduction should be so attractive and catchy that you can arise interest of the readers and examiner. So you have to make him forced to read it further, forced to read it till the end. Right, students? So it has to be attractive. Your introduction, the first part of the essay, introduction, should be attractive and catchy, so that you want to carry on, because you want to carry on your readers, your examiner from the beginning till the end. Okay, otherwise your examiner will not read it till the end, and he will get annoyed and he will deduct your marks. Right, students? Second part of organize, the second category is body. Body is very important, because try to develop the body of your essay. Try to develop your ideas. Okay, here this is a place where you develop your ideas. Okay, so in body you have to develop your ideas and thought process related to the topic of the essay. So try to develop your ideas in minimum 3 or maximum 5 paragraphs. Students, you have to write your paragraph in around 350 words. So if you write your introduction part in around 100 words, and the last one, conclusion part, in around 100 words, so remaining words are 150. So develop, organize your ideas in minimum, if you are organizing your ideas in three paragraphs, so each paragraph must contain that 50 words, right? Or understand? So there should be, you must be very careful about the word limits, and don't go for counting the words because it would take your time. You can waste your time. 10 words are considered to be one line. So one line is considered to have 10 words. So around 35 lines you have to write in your essay. Okay. Now the third category of your organize, okay, is conclusion. It is the last but not the least part of your essay writing. Try to retain here in this category, in conclusion, you have to be very careful. Okay, many of students, repeat the introduction in conclusion. Okay, that's very bad, and that can because of that you have to price. Okay, you can lose your marks. So don't repeat the sentences or words and phrases you have used in introduction. Introduction and conclusion are two different faces of one coin. Okay, so don't repeat the words. Okay, it is the last but not the least. Try to retain the interest of the reader or your examiner. Okay, so it should also be catchy and attractive. Okay, right? And it should be brief. It should not too long. Next is W. W stands for write. So in this section, now after planning, after organizing your essay, you start writing. So here you have to develop these three categories in well manner with your good ideas and thought and experience, right? Next is edit. E for edit. Editing करना है यहाँ पे आपको. Try to see in editing section, you need to try to see if there are mistakes, grammatical mistakes or factual mistake. You are just going away from the facts, okay, that you have to carry on, or you are missing any fact, okay. So they matter a lot. Don't forget that. Okay. Next is revise. Students, after completing your essay, you are writing very fast. Okay. So while you are writing very fast, you are bound to make mistakes because you are a learner. Okay. And even masters of composition, writing composition, are bound to make mistakes. So that's why they spare some time to revise their writing composition. In revise, what they do and what you have to do, you have to revise. So at least 5 minutes before, means out of 35 minutes, you have to save 5 minutes for your revision. Okay, in revision you can find out your mistakes, factual mistakes, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, because these mistakes matter a lot. If you make spelling or grammar mistakes, one spelling or grammar mistakes may cause you lose half or quarter of marks, right students? So you must spare at least 5 minutes for a thorough revision of your essay, so that you can find mistakes, spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes, and you can correct it. Right students? So I hope you have understand what things we need to keep in our mind while we are writing essay and in our exams or with in your school exams, right students? Now what things you can keep, what other things or what other points you can keep in your mind so that you can write a good essay and convince your examiner. First, always which gives you opportunity to write a complete and interesting composition. So always choose a topic which in which you have interest. Okay, if you choose any such a topic in which you don't have interest, so you cannot be you cannot express your ideas well. Okay, you cannot develop your thoughts in a proper manner because you don't have interest in that topic, in that person, in that anything else it may be. Okay, so always choose such a topic in which you have interest, you have ideas, and you have experienced that. Okay, and select a topic on which you think you have enough matter to write, you have enough ideas to write, right? And select a topic on which you can provide personal details, because personal details means authentic details. If you're writing your personal experience, you are then you can convince your examiner very well, because examiners want you to express your personal detail. If you have crammed up any lesson, okay, suppose that you have crammed up, you read a lot of book and you have crammed up many essays, and fortunately you have found any topic out of them, so it's probable that your examiner have also gone through that topic. So if you understand, and if you if he thinks that you have copied and you have given ideas and thoughts of any other writer, and then he will not give you good marks. Okay, so always select a topic, choose a topic on which you can give your personal detail, personal touch. Okay, this is how you can impress your examiner and achieve good marks. Okay, in which you can show originality. Your ideas should be original. It should not be flowery ideas. Okay, so you try to give original ideas, you try to shower original ideas as much as possible to convince your examiner, right students? And now your handwriting should be very neat and clean, it should be legible, so that examiner doesn't have any difficulty to understand your writing. If he is not able to understand your handwriting, he might be annoyed, irritated, and he can cut your marks, right? जितने भी you are not supposed to develop your memorized material. Okay, so as I have already told you that if you write your memorized or crammed up material, examiner also must have it's possible that examiner also must have gone through them, and if he finds like something like that, so you can lose your marks. Okay, and your essay writing or your composition must be long enough. Okay, it should be long enough. Okay, it should not be so brief. You have to cover the limits and word limits, right? One more thing that is very important: always use simple English. Okay, good style in English language is simple. Okay, don't use very long sentences, use simple sentences, use short common words and not long and rare ones. Okay, so do not make long sentences with too many flowery imagination. Okay, too many subordinate clauses, and which your reader may find confusing, right? So don't go for confusing your reader. Use one word which could replace a phrase or a clause. Okay, so use one word to replace a phrase or a clause to write in simple words. Okay, that is one of the advantage of having a good vocabulary. So if you have good vocabulary, so you can use words, different words, good words, okay, and you can impress your examiner, right? Write legibly, I have already told you, write neat and clean and in beautiful handwriting so that your examiner can understand you. Okay. Now, how you can develop or how you can enhance your ideas and thoughts. Some students and some people are God gifted with ideas, okay, and they are able to bring out ideas, produce ideas and thoughts, okay, easily. But some students are dull and they don't have ideas. So how you can increase or enhance your ideas and thought process, how you can develop your ideas. Okay, the best way to improve your English and your composition is to read regularly. Students, you must read regularly, and this is where I always suggest my students to read regularly so that you can develop and organize your ideas in a well manner. Okay, do not read old-fashioned. Now, what should you read to develop your ideas? Do not read old-fashioned books. Okay, read modern books of science fiction, okay, detective stories, newspaper, romances, books of romances, and books with a historical theme and adventure, etc. Okay, reading of newspaper and standard magazines is a very good habit to improve your ideas, improve your thought process. Okay, thought process. Regular reading builds up your vocabulary. Okay, that's why I always send an English newspaper to my students, but I'm sure my no student will be reading that. Okay, and I always ask you to find out good vocabulary in that, but no students haven't written any vocabulary so far. Okay, but right now, from today onwards, you have to read the newspaper every day, and I always send a good newspaper, either Hindu and either Indian Express. Okay, these are the good newspapers in English which use good vocabularies. Okay, right. So regular reading builds up your vocabulary and helps you master useful sentences, patterns, verb forms, and prepositions, articles, etc. Okay, do not expect a sudden improvement in you. Okay, within a week, within overnight. After 2 or 3 months, you will feel that your English will definitely improve if you follow a good reading habit. Okay, always read. Every day you read around 2 or 3 pages. Okay, and enhance your vocabulary. Right, students? So now, in today's video, what I have told you, I've told you how to write essay, how to write essay composition, and what things you should do, and what are the do's and don'ts of essay writing. Okay, right, students? So thank you for watching.